was going to stare right down the barrel the whole time. A little creepy, like, right in the eyes.
We're keeping that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. We are here with my friend Mikey. And we're talking about Enjoy the Ride because they just pressed You, Me, and Everyone We Know's first 2 EPs.
Yeah.
Never been on vinyl before. We're going to talk about it right now. Thank you for coming on the show, Mikey.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. This is going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty magical.
Your beard's looking pretty magical.
Thank you.
I tried to grow recently, and the last video was like about a third of yours, and then I had to get rid of it. I gave up. I just couldn't cut it.
It takes a real man to just like have the patience to go through the annoying phase and let it grow out.
I am not a real man.
I know that. But I mean, really, the only reason I have a beard is because I have a child face. If I shave it, I'll look like a 12-year-old.
I've always wanted to know what you look like completely clean.
You'll never know it. No one will ever know what I look like.
That's what Photoshop's for.
I can do this.
Damn it!
This is the only reason I had you on the show, so we can cleverly VFX out your beard. I wanted you to come on the show because you love this band.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything about the band? Say anything about the band? Okay, so this band is compared a lot to Say Anything and Panic at the Disco. Same kind of power pop punk kind of sound from the mid-2000s.
Real whiny. A little manic.
Yeah. Because the singer is a little manic.
Yeah. Which is why they only have one full length and a bunch of EPs and
just like
never really toured
put out a bunch
much.
of little shit.
Yeah. I mean, these 2 albums came out in the same year. These 2 EPs.
Yeah.
Like, they're both listed as 2008.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fast.
These have never been on vinyl before, which is actually very exciting because I know there was a huge demand, and I think that their original album, the full length, is on vinyl, but goes for a decent amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it before.
I mean, that full length came out 2010, so it's a 2-year difference. So they were different labels, I think.
I believe so.
Time,
yeah. But ETR took it like they've done with a lot of great releases. I have a couple other things they've done. They did the Maroon 5 songs about Jane. They did Something Corporate's North and Leaving Through the Window. A bunch of other good stuff. They have a history of releasing these great albums that don't have vinyl releases or haven't been released in a long time, so props to them. And they were kind enough to send me these EPs to talk about because they know I love pop punk. So we're going to talk about them. So their first EP is Party for the Grown and Sexy. Sounds like a fun party. I think this is an alternative cover.
Totally.
This is not the original cover. It's crazy though. It's like I've been trying to look at all the little vignettes.
It's like a Where's Waldo. Almost.
It's like a Where's Waldo, and it's cool. Like the back on the fridge, it has like the band and all the members who contributed to the album just on the fridge as a note with magnets, which is cool. It's a really nice stylized. I mean, it's pretty much just a party scene. There's a girl twerking. There's people drunk. These people.
I've been to this party.
These people are not grown or sexy. Yeah, it seems like a fun party. So with this, ETR put this out on 45 RPM, so it's going to have a higher fidelity than it could have had if they just decided to do 33, so I appreciate that. And we actually did get a chance to listen to this before. It sounds and looks great. Let's talk about the visuals. So these have a lot of variants. They have like I think 3 or 4 different variants per EP, which is great. ETR is always good with their variants. And this one's like a clear with white smoke, I guess to symbolize like smoking at a party.
Yeah. All the other ones are like party things. So there's like a beer spilled, red party cup split.
Yeah, they definitely thought about how to stick to the theme, which is cool. And of course you got the girl twerking on side B, classic. So yeah, this sounds great. What do you think compared to
it sounded really good, yeah. I mean, majority of the stuff I listen to right now all the time is Spotify, and it sounds better than that, so.
Totally. I think this is a really solid EP front to back. I know that both of these EPs were critically acclaimed when they came out. They got a ton of positive press. It makes you wonder where the band would have went if, they were able to stick together. Yeah. But at least we have a little bit. It's kind of like Biggie, It's like, where would he have gone? What would he have done?
Let's not compare them to Biggie, all right?
I'm not comparing their music to Biggie. I'm just saying it's a similar thought process of, like, where would this artist have been 10 years from when they
Well, like if Say Anything had stayed good.
So this one sounds really nice. I was super happy with this. It also comes with a insert.
Ooh.
It's like a nice big insert, which has lyrics and liner notes that were actually written by the lead singer for this release specifically, which is great, Ben Liebich. Yeah, overall, this is a really solid release, packaging, color-wise. Like I said, the record sounds great. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's analog. I don't think it's from original master tapes, but I know it was remastered for this release, and it definitely sounds the cleanest I've ever heard it.
It was. I mean, I just had like illegal rips back in the day when they first came out, so it did not sound great at all.
No, never download.
It was 2008. It was 2008. I found it somehow.
Kazaa.
Yeah.
Did we just say it at the same time?
Kazaa or LimeWire?
Then Frostwire.
Frostwire.
Yeah, you guys ever use Frostwire?
No.
These sound like areas in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
You enter Kazan, then you go to the Frostwire.
First I did the Kazaa raid, and I got some pretty epic legendary gear, and then we did the LimeWire raid, and then
Yeah,
the
LimeWire was
Frostwire
hard.
raid. Yeah.
LimeWire kept having interference.
And then my guild dropped me because I wasn't contributing enough.
Oh, file sharing. What a weird time in history.
Oh.
Let's move on to the second album, So Young, So Insane. This is the original cover. Again, faithful packaging. I love the color of this
Yeah,
record.
it's cool.
So
It matches.
if you want to hold out the record and compare comparatively to the cover, it's a really nice split. Like the red is translucent,
Yeah.
and the other side is solid, and there's a splatter all over it. It looks really, really good. I love when records look just like the covers in terms of like the scheme, and I think this nailed it. Personally.
But it looks good when it spins.
Yeah, it does. So we listened to this one as well. Also sounds great. I will say that it had a couple minor imperfections while we were listening. There was a couple like staticky parts, and we did give it a little clean before we played it. But overall, it sounds great. Same quality of how it was remastered. Maybe it was just my copy. I don't think it was a general issue.
And it wasn't like super long or anything. It was like a couple little spots.
It's very nitpicky. You have to be listening for it, but I did notice. This also has an insert. Same kind of thing. It's like the same, almost looks identical in terms of style. Just this little booklet. What's cool is that side A, the first song, I Can Get Back Up Now, features Max Bemis from Say Anything, which, is a band that comparable. And then something that this release totes is that it has a secret track of Max Bemis covering the first track off of this album.
Living the
Dream, which we listened to, and I gotta be totally honest.
It's Max Bemis in an empty room, so it's kind of echoey. It's not cleaned up.
It's just it's an acoustic version of a song that should have a lot of energy and pump to it.
Yeah,
and I feel like it just was missing.
He put his Max Bemis "I'm depressed" taste on it.
Yeah, there wasn't the grit of Say Anything. It was kind of just like a very stripped down, pared down cover. So if you're a huge Max Bemis fan, you'll probably like it. For me, I could have reimagined it a different way.
Mm-hmm.
This album is also 45 RPM, so again, they decided to cut it at that speed, which I appreciated. I think some of the more limited variants are selling really quickly, so if you want, at the time of this video, I believe they're all still available, but they're $17.99 on Enjoy the Ride store. I will link to that in the description if you'd like to buy it.
Now.
Right now? But you're in the middle of the video.
What do you mean when we're done?
You could do it from your watch, right?
I could do it from my watch.
Watch. Buy album.
Kit. Kit.
Yeah.
Kit.
Dear Siri.
Is it Siri in the watch?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, Siri.
She doesn't listen to me most of the time. It's usually when I'm playing video games and I say, "Are you serious?" is when she'll pop up and be like, "Yes." And I'm like, "No, don't help me out with Zelda right now."
You've had the chance to see this band live.
Yeah,
do you have any cool stories?
I got to only see them one time
because,
like I said, they didn't tour that much. It was at the old Knitting Factory, which is where the Pally Center is now, in like the Film and Television Museum area. It was a great show. I don't remember who they played with. They just had a lot of good manic energy.
They opened for Piebald at one point.
It was not a Piebald show.
Okay.
I would remember that.
Yeah,
because
I know you're a big fan. Yeah,
it was good. They had a lot of energy. It felt like their energy during the live show felt like Bear vs. Shark, with that manic kind of running around out into the crowd kind of thing. And yeah, it was a good show. It was solid. I mean, it's how I found them was reading alternative press back in the day when people read physical magazines. And they used to have like that new band section, and it'd be like, here's a band, here's a small bio, and then here's who they sound like. And I was like, oh, Say Anything in Panic at the Disco sounds great. So then I went and got it and listened to it, and it was magical.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm jealous you got to see them. I read on Wikipedia they did their last shows ever, I think, in 2012 maybe?
Wow.
Or no, I'm sorry, 2015. They did their final shows ever, I believe. So
that's crazy.
That's a bummer, because I would have liked to see them. There's been a lot of like emo revival tours for like 10th anniversaries and stuff. Last year I got to see May do the Everglow. I got to see Cartel do Chroma. Good. I got to see Acceptance do Phantoms.
Nice.
Boys Like Girls do their self-titled album. I love that album.
I know
it
you
so
do.
Much.
You talk about
it's so good. But yeah, there's a lot of revival, so maybe we'll get some other.
I mean, you're talking about a person who goes to emo night all the time. So.
Yeah, you are emo night. Yeah. You have the pins from.
I do have all the pins from last year.
He is the truest emo kid, the saddest boy.
Well, don't call me a sad boy.
You're sad boy.
Yeah, I am sad. So preparing for this, I listened to both the albums a lot, like a couple times a day, just to kind of prep for it and get back into the spirit.
Okay.
It's just as good as I remember it, and like my biggest memories is me and my friend who used to do photography at a club that was like emo themed, like back in the day. We would go all night, drink, take photos, and then go home. But the whole time just singing along with the albums, the EPs. It was like the minute I put them back on because I hadn't listened to them for a little bit, it just like immediately sparked back in my memory of like, oh man, back in the day, just singing along.
It just transports you directly to that moment.
Yeah,
that's cool.
They're like that iconic kind of like very in that time period in my life.
That's great. I mean, that's awesome. So that you will probably pick these up. I'm guessing. Yeah.
If I can get the red party cup and beer split. That'd be
obviously the exact. I haven't written down the exact names of the variants are. So there's for Party for the Grown and Sexy. They have the Clear with White Smoke, which I have. The Party Cup Red Beer Split. The Beer Spill, which is beer inside clear, which is cool. And Glass Water Pipe Split.
Clear green with white splatter.
And then there's going to be an exclusive splatter to Smart Punk, the website.
I can't believe Smart Punk is still around.
I purchased something. I purchased from them.
That's crazy.
2 albums by The Used a couple months ago, just for like they had like, and it was like a nostalgic burst. I was like, I want to hear the taste of ink on vinyl, and then I bought them. I was like, this is probably an impulse purchase, but I did it. And then the other So Young So Insane, we have white, red, yellow stripe with blue and black splatter, white with red, white and yellow splatter, white and red color in color. These are so many colors.
Yeah.
Clear red split with white and yellow splatter. And then another yellow splatter for Smart Punk. So that's cool. These albums are super anthemic. I feel like they're really good to sing along with. They have that kind of... It's not quite as sugary and saccharine as, like, say, as Hello Goodbye.
Totally.
But it definitely has that energy of just, like, really upbeat, really... And it's not depressing like a lot of the upbeat stuff.
Totally,
like,
yeah. They're dancey.
Yeah.
And that's endemic of the time that they came out. We think about a lot of people were going, like... Men, Women, and Children. You had Head Automatica coming out, and there was kind of like a lot of that dancey element got infused with a lot of other like pop punk that was coming out around that time. I lived that life.
You still live that life.
I still live that life. I mean, I live in Silver Lake. People like to call me a hipster, but I'm not. I'm just an emo kid that grew up.
So yeah, enjoy the ride. Did a great job with this release. If you're a fan of this band or you like pop punk, check them out. I highly recommend jumping on those limited variants before they sell out. Thank you again, Mikey, for coming on the show.
Having me.
I'm sure we'll do another emo episode at some point. And I'll have to get you on to do some deep cuts. I want some some lore from the mid 2000s. Back in the day?
Yeah. Okay.
My life is a black abyss.
Oh my God.
Or driving down to San Diego to see Brand New and Census Fail. Yeah.
Oh, Brand New. You know my feelings on Brand New. If you like this video, give it a like. Please subscribe. And
down below.
New videos every Wednesday, so look forward to that. So if you saw my review of Views, you would know that I like Drake. I'm a fan of Drake. I think that early Drake is fantastic. My favorite album of his is Nothing Was the Same. It's